Now we're going to talk about something else. And we are going to talk about reasons, because I recently talked to a few fellas here in Sydney, and they told me reasons why they're not getting what they want. And I want to ask you, what really stops you from getting the success you want? Just write it down, whatever you have, really. Maybe time, money, like something else. What stops you? Lack of what? Okay, not enough money. I understood more money needed, trying to something new, a proven strategy, knowledge. Okay. What else? Time. Okay, fine. Now, I will show you something which might change you. I am on my way, nothing stops me. Okay, great, Max. That's fantastic. That's the spirit. Fantastic. Okay, the reasons. Very often when I hear the reason, person say, there is no time. I don't have time to do research, to trade, etc. Or my family doesn't support me. Or I have to like go and collect kids or whatever, I cannot do it. Or there is no place where I can work without interruption. Or there is no money to buy a value line subscription or anything else. There is not enough capital for investing. Market opens too late, like in Sydney it's true, right? So I cannot be on the market. Volatility of the market drives me crazy. And they could be bam, 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 many of them. So external reasons. Now, what is common? Like I know, guys, you're all about personal development, some of you. So what can you tell me about these external reasons? What's the common thing about them? Excuses, correct. Excuses. Sounds like excuses. Fantastic. Bingo, I love you guys. And look at this, internal reasons. What if you say something like that? I can't organize my time. There is no time to do research, to trade, or I can't organize my time, don't want or don't know how. Now, what it becomes? Who was responsible for this one? Who was responsible for all this luck? On the left-hand side. There is no time. Like, I mean, it's not my responsibility. It's just no time. Someone else. Like, my family doesn't support me. I'd love to do that, but my family doesn't support me. It's their fault that I failed. There is no place where I can work without interruption. What can I do? There is no place. Okay, so this is some kind of reason, not mine. But the thing is that if it's not your reason, it's external reason, can you influence it or not? You cannot extend the time, but if you place it like that, if you change it to internal reasons, I can't organize my time. Who's that fault? It's my fault. Can I change it? Yes, I can, right? So the interesting thing about here, that actually about the time, it's funny thing, it's a limiting resource for everyone. But another interesting thing that it's exactly the same resource for everyone. Every person in the world, all whatever 6 billions, they wake up and they have same amount of hours in a day. Same amount. And if somebody is saying, I don't have a time to make money in the stock market, the question is how another person make time to trade in the stock market. Okay, so how can I organize my time? Then I can't explain my family the importance of what I do. So again, that's my responsibility to explain them. I am incapable to find a proper place or time for trading. Actually, I have a friend here in Sydney, and she was, when she was starting trading, she had really like a lot of disturbances because she was sharing house with others, and she said, I come home at 6, they come home at 6, they prepare dinner, they cook, they watch TV, I cannot concentrate, I cannot work, I don't have the table like in my bedroom, it's too small for that. So I couldn't do any trades until she put it like that. I am incapable to find a proper place or time. So she changed the time. So she started to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning, even earlier, was doing half an hour yoga, and she was trading. And her results become better than before, okay, because she didn't have any disturbances during that time, okay. Or you can go to the library, right? I love Australian libraries because you come, it's free, you have access to the computer, you have access to the internet, it's fantastic. Sometimes when I want to do some work without any disturbance, I go to my Kogar library and spend some time there, okay. Then I have other priorities than value line, so it is not, there is not enough, for example, no money to buy a value line. It means that the person has other priorities. That person might go to the bar and spend $20 on a beer, or to have $30 dinner, but then wouldn't have like 300 euros value line subscription a year, which comes like a €1 a day, which is practically nothing, right? So something like that. So I don't know how to increase my income. That's if I don't have enough capital, or I don't know how to save money. That's another question. I remember I talked to one friend of mine here, and he said, Igor, you just don't understand. The life in Sydney is so expensive, and I just can't save money. I said, how much you make? He said, about 60,000. So, look, I know people who make less money, and they're not only saving money, but they manage to pay for their apartment, for their education, etc., etc., etc. So something you're doing in different way. He said, okay, let's do it. I said, let's do. You get up. What do you do? He said, go to work. I said, okay, go to work. Do you prepare your breakfast? No, I have breakfast on my way. I said, do you buy coffee? Said, yes. $4.50 coffee, $10 breakfast. Fine. Do you have like dinner, like lunch at home or whatever? No, we're going with friends to this, $15. Okay. Do you prepare meal, dinner? Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Sometimes so you calculate it. Even coffee, $4.50 twice a day. It's $9. Multiplied by 365 days, it's nearly $3,650. It's crazy. But when I told him amount, he was sitting at me and watching that out of $60,000 he makes, $3,500 goes to coffee. Do you think it took him a while to change his habit? Next day, he just bought like coffee. And then he came to me and he said, Igor, you know what, the funny thing, in our office we have a coffee machine. I even didn't have to buy it. Like in the morning, I could just make it in our office because bank provided all this stuff. Okay, $3,500 just saved in coffee. So this is, guys, how can be saved money. Some people don't know. Okay, and I'm lazy. I'm lazy. It's a lack of motivation. It means your goal is not high enough. So if you create the goal high enough, really, you become really motivated. There is a way if you search for. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so what if you have some kind of like that reasons? Because it's a normal thing to do. We're trying to protect ourselves. If you say something like that, oh, I don't have a time, you're just trying to protect. It's not your fault that you don't have a time. It's too busy at work, they say. Okay, I'm too busy at work, or stuff like that, you know. So you just need to convert them. You take external reason, which you don't have control of the situation, and try to rephrase it in a way that it becomes internal reason where you have a control. And then you start creating your goals. How, like, and task, how can I change the situation? So, for example, if I don't have a subscription for value line, how can I change the situation? How can you do that? So, first you can get together with somebody, right, and pay half and half. So it's half of what you need, or 3 people to get together. Or maybe you have an agreement with somebody and say, look, you give me access to value line, I provide you 1 research every week. So, and you combine with a person who has money but doesn't have time. So for that person, it's fantastic because now you're doing research for him, and he's providing you value line access, which he still pays for, you know, so it doesn't really matter if you have extra access, it's not reducing his income or something like that. He would be happy to do that for you. So that's why just trying to find something like that and get it together. If you don't know how to save money, try saving, go through different techniques, try this technique, then second techniques or something like that. Find the real reason why you don't have money, because maybe you're a compulsive buyer. You go to the shop, you see something, you buy it. If you know this stuff, don't take a credit card with you and take only like 10 bucks in you like of cash. That's it. You want something you cannot buy, you have to go back home and get it. But by the time you get home, you think, oh, maybe it's not a good idea to buy it. I told you about a friend of mine, his father taught him, her father taught her, he said, look, you can buy whatever you like, but only next day. Sleep it over. And she said, okay, fine, I'll try. And she said, you know what, 70% of the stuff which I wanted to buy, I never buy. Because I follow the advice of my father. Even if they say, oh, it's a great deal, it's a bargain, buy right now, otherwise you won't have it, blah, 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 blah. And then the next thing, she said, okay, fine, but I'll do it tomorrow. And what happens tomorrow? She doesn't want to buy that. Rent a room, you'll have extra $1,000. Yep, correct. Yes, or sell the fridge, Nona. Cool stuff, believe me, works really well. Have no fridge, cannot buy stuff. Every time when you go to the shop, you actually have to buy exactly what you're going to eat right now. You can't buy more, you know. So that works even better than just spend everything what's in the fridge. Okay, so step number 2 is done. Step number 3, brainstorm. So how you can solve it. Now, sometimes it's better to solve it with somebody who isn't involved in the situation. Because if you do it with your wife or somebody, they might tell you, they will tell you, oh, you need to do this, this, and this. And you might have a resistance to that. But if you brainstorm how to solve certain issues with somebody outside, that helps a lot. And in our groups, guys, it's a great opportunity because you can join the investment mastermind group, which helps you to do it. I don't know, guys, who already is in a mastermind group? So who meets outside of our investment club meetings? So, okay, Nona, Dory doesn't. Okay, Nick doesn't. Max is meeting. Okay, great. So majority of you don't meet. So this is a great opportunity for you because you can start meeting with other fellows. You have all the contacts on Facebook. So you just go, we even put a special table there. So you can go and see who wants to get into that site of group. But become responsible for action. Don't tell that, oh guys, nobody invited me. It means that, again, going back here, what kind of reason is that? External. Say, I haven't invited anyone. I haven't organized that group. So if you want to be in that group, just get your shit together and call somebody and tell, let's meet every week. And that's it. And for example, if Nick, you like it, just get somebody from this group who wants to do that and start meeting them. Okay, so this is easier than ever. And by the way, Max and Nona, do you enjoy that group? Put like from 0 to 10, how you like to be in a group like that. Okay, so it's good, right? Okay, so and Max, if you put the number, so it's great. At least people will know if you like the group or you don't like the group. If it's 0, it means it's really bad. If 10, it's pretty good. Okay, stuff like that. Okay, in any way, so try to get in the group. It doesn't have to be one group. You can be in several groups if you want to. You can meet online or you can meet offline. So it's again up to you. You can analyze stocks, like go through fundamentals, or you can analyze trades, prepare. So you develop your own rules for your club. And then if you decide to go a step forward, after you practice with a group and you found really solid members, you can create elite club. So you can put money together, and I can help you how to do that, and you can invest real money together as a group. So, but it's not necessarily to do that, so you can just run the group for research purposes, okay? It's kind of accountability group as well, because it helps you to become accountable. Okay, after you identify the way how you can solve it, make a first step straight away. Don't delay it. If you decided to do something, do it right now. Not the whole thing. For example, decide to sit down and start to analyze it. For example, allocate the time for analytical research. So you saw, okay, I don't have enough time, or I didn't plan my research time. So in this case, I'm definitely going to do it. So you take a diary and say, okay, Wednesday, when my wife is going to go like to the fitness club, I'm going to, and my kids are going to be playing, I'm going to do my research. Or buy tickets, like movie tickets for your wife and kids, send them there and spend time to do research. Or stay at work 1 hour later and do the research while nobody is disturbing you. So allocate the time. Arrange a meeting with other club members. So it could be a good step, right? So you just decided, okay, I'm going to do it right now. And right after this club meeting, put a post in Facebook, guys who want to meet, I'm living in this area, let's do that. Okay, so and that. Then if you don't know how to do it, your high barrier, like I mean that barrier is not broken yet, you don't do any trading, place a trade on simulator. Open the simulator right away, it's 5 minutes to do, and then just put one trade, even it's paper money, but do it. For your subconscious part, it would be like you've done something and it's not dangerous anymore. Okay, after that it would be easier. Watch educational videos, interviews, okay, all this kind of stuff. Buy a book. I understand that some people buy a book and never read them. Buy a book and put it at your table, or put it in your, let's say, bag that you, when you travel, you, instead of sitting in Facebooking, you're reading the book, and etc. So try to do after this seminar, after this master class, something right away. Okay, so what you can do. Okay, guys, step number 4. Now, step number 5, become accountable. And you can do it on your own, but what I've noticed from my experience, it's much better if somebody keeps you accountable. It's always good to identify a reward for completing the task or set of tasks, and also identify the punishment for not completing the task. So for example, if you're completing the task, you're going to, let's say, massage, or you're going to dine some nice restaurant or something like that, something which is you normally wouldn't do, but in this case you're going to do. And there are two things. First of all, you're creating a good connection between the action and reward, and your subconscious part would love it. Okay, so and next time when you get into the difficult tasks, which you believe difficult, your subconscious part will motivate you to do that, because subconscious part knows after that follows the reward. Okay, and the part which you didn't like before becomes really, really lovable. You love it. Okay, so and again, punishment. If you don't do something like that, imagine no TV or no computer games for a week. Your subconscious part, oh my goodness, look, it's really tough. I better do those tasks, otherwise I won't be able to play like something nice. Okay, so and then again, arrange accountability session with one person or with a group, or create a mastermind group. That's a fantastic, really good way to deal with it. And I am actually thinking of creating a mastermind group for fitness, because this year for me, it's more about like fitness. I'm trying to do more about that area. And I realized that I have business mastermind group, but I don't have an investment mastermind group, but don't have any health mastermind group. So now I'm getting with people who will keep me accountable. If I do yoga several times a week, or I don't, if I wake up early or I don't, etc., etc., etc. Okay, so find the accountability partner and start working on that.